Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I'm going to answer one of the Python interview questions. That is, what are different names for lambda function in Python? Let me answer. Lambda function in Python has several names, okay? Lambda function in Python has several names. Let me write down the different names for lambda function that we can call the lambda function with different names. People will call the lambda function with different names. One of the name is anonymous. Okay, anonymous function. This is one name. Then we have nameless function. Why lambda function has this names like anonymous function or nameless? Because it doesn't contain any name. Okay, since it doesn't have any name, we have to call that as anonymous. Similarly, nameless also it can be called because it doesn't have any name. So let me write down example code here. Here in this PyCharm IDE, let me write down some example code to prove that lambda function is an anonymous or nameless function. So here we have to use a keyword known as lambda space. I have to give any number of parameters, guys. Whatever the parameters I want to give, I can give a comma b. Let's say these two are the parameters, colon. And on the right side of this colon symbol, I have to write an expression. Okay, whatever the logic I want to write for this particular function, right? I have to write the logic here, a plus b. Okay, a plus b I'm writing. The result of this expression I have to store into a variable base. Okay, you see nowhere I have given a function name. Okay, nowhere to this particular function there is a name. Okay, lambda functions doesn't contain any name, guys. Okay, it will intake parameters like general functions and it will perform some operations. Okay, some logic will be there and the result will be stored in some variable, but lambda functions will not contain any name. That's why lambda functions are known as or can be called as anonymous functions or nameless functions. Okay, then next thing is we can also call the lambda function as single line function, or you can also call it as inline function. Okay, inline function. Why it is called as a single line or inline? Because only one line will be there. Okay, in a single line we can complete the function. Okay, we can create the function in a single line. You see, the function is already written. You don't have to write 3-4 lines. Okay, for this lambda function to be created, a nameless function to be created, we just have to write a single line. The function creation is done. How to call this function? You have to call this function like this: variable name, where the result is coming, and you have to pass the arguments to these parameters, that is 5, 4, like this. If you want to print the result, okay, the result that is stored in C, you have to say print of C comma C of 5, 4. Okay, it will print 9, guys. In the output, you'll get 9. You see, 9 got printed in the output. So this is a function you are calling the function, guys. Okay, how many lines it has taken to write this function? Only one line. Okay, that's why it's called a single line function or inline function. It's also called as one more name is closure function. Okay, because wherever it is starting, there itself it is closing, right? Okay, wherever the function is starting, there itself it is closing. Hence, it is called as closure function. These are the different names for lambda function. You can either call it as lambda function, anonymous function, nameless function, single line function, inline function, closure function. Okay, these are the different names for the lambda function in Python. So guys, you got the answer for this question. So that's all for this session. In the next session, I'm going to answer another Python interview question for you. Till then, see you. Bye bye.